राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री डिवाइन गेस्ट भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज की जय।
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
इस्कॉन फाउंडराचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की
जय
नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय।
प्रेम से कहो, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय
जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय
मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय।
जय
नवदीप मायपुर धाम की जय।
जय
पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय।
जय
इस्कॉन फिलाडेल्फिया की
जय
जय श्री श्री राधा शरद बिहारी की
जय
जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय।
जय
परम करुणा श्री श्री गौर निताय की
जय
जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की
हरि बोल।
all glories to assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्णा
all glories to assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्णा
all glories to assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्णा
all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
हरे
Hare Krishna. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining to inspire me. I'll be continue to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, The Status Quo, Chapter 2, Remembrance, if I am right, Remembrance of Lord Krishna, and text 14. Okay, I'll recite first, and then you can recite. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Yasyanuraga Plutahasarasa Leela Baloka Pratilabdhamana Brajastriya Drugbhiranu Prabhuta Dhiya Vatastu Kila Krutya Sesa. Yasyanuraga Plutahasarasa Leela Baloka Pratilabdhamana Brajastriya Drugbhiranu Prabhutta Dhiya Vatastu Kila Krutya Sesa. Yasyanuraga Plutahasarasa Leela Baloka Pratilabdhamana Brajastriya Drugbhiranu Prabhutta Dhiya Bhatastu Kila Krutya Sesa. Please recite.
यस्यानुरागप्लुतः सरासा लीलावलोका प्रतिलब्धमाना प्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता धियावतास्तुः किल कृत्यशेषा।
Thank you. Anyone else?
यस्यानुरागा प्लुतः सरासा लीलावलोका प्रतिलब्धमाना व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता दियो अवतास्तु किल क्रिया शेषा। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you.
हरे कृष्णा। यशानुरागा प्लुतः शराशा लीलाभलोका प्रतिलब्धमनः प्रजाश्रियो दिग्भि अनुप्रभत्र धियो अवस्थस्तु किल कृत्य शेषा. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mhm.
Yes. Yasyanuрага plutaha sarasa लीलावलोक प्रतिलब्धमाना व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता धियो आवतस्तु किल कृत्यशेषः. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yasyanuraga prutuha sarasa Lilavaloka pratilabdhamana Rajastriyo dikpiranupra Vitradiyo vadastu kila krityase.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. So we'll do the synonyms. Yasha, whose, anuraga, attachment, pluta, enhanced by, hasa, laughter, rasa, humors, leela, pastimes, avaloka, glancing, pratilabdha, obtained thereof, mana, anguished, brajastriya, damsels of Braja, durgbhihi, with eyes, anuprabhrita, following, dhiya, by intelligence, abatastu, sat silently, kila, indeed, kritya sesa, without finishing household duties. Translation: the damsels of Braja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. Purport: in his boyhood at Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend in transcendental love to all the girls his age. His love for them was so intense that there is no comparison to that ecstasy, and the damsels of Braja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis and declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Although the gopis were seemingly anguished by the Lord's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds. They were so stunned by the situation that they could not find their household duties. They could not finish their household duties. No one could excel him, even in the dealing of love exchange between boys and girls. It is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. He remains there eternally because of the transcendental love of the inhabitants. Thus, even though he is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a moment. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I would like to seek blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas to share this particular pastime, which is being remembered by Uddhava, this very advanced subject matter. I'll share something from Prabhupada's purports. So the damsels of Braja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchange of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. This is being remembered by Uddhava, especially when it comes, remembers this, the gopis, gopas and gopis. Among all rasas, the rasa which is exchanged, relished by Krishna, by the residents of Braja, and in that also with gopis, is considered very, very highest. Because Krishna is Rasaraja, he relishes the loving exchanges between his loving devotees, and particularly the expression of love, pure, which expression of love which is manifested or expressed by the residents of Braja gopis, is unparalleled, cannot be compared, cannot be imagined. Even Lord Krishna, especially in this verse, he says, Prabhupada writes that he fails to understand. He fails to understand. So we are trying to contemplate on that mood, that relationship, which cannot be understood at all by conditioned souls. So being in this conditioned status, still we're able to get some understanding is because of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. So here are some of the purports we will go through. In his boyhood at Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend, entrancing love to all the girls his age. His love for them was so intense, there is no comparison to that ecstasy, and the damsels of Braja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. So I had some notes I prepared. So it's interesting, the Brahma and Shiva, they have in this material world, they have the highest position. When Prabhupada writes, their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Lord Brahma and Shiva. The Brahma and Shiva, when we see Srimad Bhagavatam and other places, when they offer prayers with an awe and reverence to the Lord. Awe and reverence, very much respectful. But as it is said in Linga Purana, stated by Rupa Goswami, that in the Linga Purana there is a statement about glorifying and singing about the Lord. It is said there, a Brahmana who is constantly engaged in singing the glories of the Lord is surely elevated to the same planet as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna appreciates this singing even more than the prayers offered by Lord Shiva. Many times this is very puzzled, bewildering to the whole world. Even Lord Brahma was bewildered by seeing the loving exchanges between the cowherd boys and Krishna. Krishna, he was, a simple child, 5-year-old boy, holding a, handful of yogurt rice in his hand. It's like eating, half eating, and doing other functions. A child does, multiple functions. Oh, the calves has been, the calves were lost. They went in somewhere else. The younger boys, they were so in panic. They wanted to find the calves. Krishna said, no, don't worry, I will go and find. And why? While he's going, he was eating, in the middle of eating yogurt rice. And he did not stop, wash hand or anything. He was holding a yogurt rice in his hand and eating and walking. Eating, walking, and look for. And this bewilders Lord Brahma even more. So, how come? And the Lord is so mesmerizing. So it bewilders. And same way, the gopis of Vrindavan, they are simple-hearted, the ordinary cowherd girls. Their business is, clean the cows and milk the cows and prepare household duties. For them, they can sing. Krishna is object of meditation for them whole day. And it's a natural. They don't have to really do sadhana or have to do, oh, now it's time for me. Remember Krishna. Okay, like for us. Now it's time for us to wake up, do our Sandhya Vandana or chant our rounds. But gopis has a natural, spontaneous love for Krishna. And when they sing, that's definitely more glorious and pleasing to the Lord. Very pleasing to the Lord. The love for Krishna is without any cause and without any reason. Ahituke. Without any purpose. They didn't love Krishna, to perfect. It's a natural affection for Krishna that rises all that time. So that is what is the position of the gopis. And in this pastime, and as Prabhupada writes, in Krishna was young, and he was teasing all these cowherd girls, and Krishna knows that how much they love. And this pastime, as Srimad Bhagavatam explains, on that day, Krishna desired by his internal potency. He wanted to relish the association of the gopis because he is the supreme enjoyer. But whole leela of this the rasa dance, we can understand that Krishna wanted to enhance the love for gopis. So one day he blew his flute. And by hearing this flute, all the gopis were completely attracted. They could not stop. It's like calling off their the dearmost object. The souls, they get carried away and they got attracted. They left everything at their home, all the responsibilities, everything they left home. And it is said that some of the gopis were objected by their family members. Krishna arranged for them to create a physical body for them. So generally when the gopis, when they came, they actually came with the spiritual bodies, transcendental body. Even though this world, the mundane world, they complain, oh, how come they can do it? They should understand that all the gopis who came with their spiritual bodies, they are beyond the any kind of jurisdiction or rules and regulations of this whole material world. So those who are stopped, Lord Krishna, by his potency, he arranged the material bodies, that's the material body manifested in their houses. But all the gopis, they came. When all the gopis, they came in the middle of the night to meet Krishna, it's not a small thing. When we become Hare Krishna, sometimes we see the devotees give up their hair, right? So many things they give up, We give up onion, garlic, and those eating meat, they give up meat, intoxication, illicit sex, so many things we give up. But especially we are hesitant to give up external transformations. Oh, I have to put tilak, I have to put dhoti, which looks so weird, different than others. Someone has a sikha, someone is shaved head, all these things. As far as my experience, it was not a very drastic change. It was a very gradual transformation change we adapted. So why I was bringing this point, even giving up little hairstyle, we feel so much of pain. Oh my God, I have to, what people will see, what the world will say. For the gopis, social bonding, the etiquette, for women, that's everything more than, as Krishna explains, for a respectful person, dishonor is worse than death. You remember? For a respectful person, they look their man, maryada. And I work for a bank, and they say that there are risks involved. There are several types of risk, and one of the risk is called reputational risk or market reputation. Reputation means even an organization also wants to have the reputation. Individuals definitely want the reputation. So gopis, by this act, by giving up their family and their honor, mana, and everything for the satisfaction of Krishna, is so excel. That's what Krishna is going to reveal in the 10th canto. He's like mind-boggling, and no one can imagine, no one can do it. So when they come, one can say Krishna should be very grateful that they gave up everything to come. But when they came, Krishna is saying, "Hey, why did you come? Why did you come here? This is not good, suitable for your situation, for respectful women. You should go back to serve your husbands and everything." And they convinced, and then they spent some time conversing each other. When they were conversing with each other, Krishna found that gopis were becoming a little proud also. Wow, now Krishna is with us, with me, and they become proud. And what happened? Krishna immediately unmanifested from that place. So Krishna become immediately unmanifest. So from this pastime, we can see even Krishna does not leave gopis also. In the sense, he corrects even the gopis, a little proud. He unmanifested from there. So when they unmanifested, they become so anxious. That is what is stated here in this verse. Let me share that again. So, they were anguished. It says that they were anguished when Krishna left them. What is the meaning of anguished? Anguished means there was so much of pain they felt. A lot of pain, unbearable. Yugaitam nimisena chakshasa prabhasaitam sunyaitam jagasarvam govinda virohena me. Desperate. Many times, even though we don't have a spiritual realization, we can compare with material situations a little bit. When we work hard to get something, we constantly are looking forward for the result of it. We constantly look for when it'll come, will there be any problem, when I will see it, will I get it? We're in constant anxiety. So when Krishna, who is the dearmost object of the gopis, and for whom they gave up everything, and that too, Krishna also left. So what is left with them? And Krishna also left. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down the stunned intelligence. It's like stunned intelligence means you're really stunned by situation. When Krishna leaves from their in front of their eyes, from their vision, when Krishna goes from their vision from a moment, they literally get stunned by this. That's the ecstasy which gopis were experiencing. And they could not finish their household duties. So that's the perfection of love which gopis were manifesting. So here it says that although the gopis were seemingly engrossed by the Lord's teaching behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds. So it's like, sometimes, Krishna was teased and the gopis would express that, oh, they are mad about it, they're angry about it, they don't like it. Makes sense, but within the deep of their heart, they relish like anything, but externally, superficially, they express that and they don't like it, Krishna's teaching behavior. So, but they cherish in the moment everything. It's like, you go away, you don't show. But as soon as Krishna goes, and they become very restless, looking for Krishna everywhere. And literally, one can become stunned when one loses one's dearest ones. When a family hears the bad news, what immediate reaction can be? Stunned. So in spiritually also, this can be considered as a perfection, because in spiritually, when one feels that moment, a separation from Krishna, stunned, is a very advanced state. Getting stunned is an ecstasy in the spiritual world. And gopis, whenever they cannot find Krishna, they could feel stunned. And especially when Krishna left, they all, that association, they all got stunned. And they're very desperate, started looking for Krishna. Prabhupada writes, no one could excel him, which is Lord Krishna, even in the dealings of love exchange between boys and girls. There's so many movies in this world, and they are making so much of financial impact. People are paying so much of money to watch this movie, and primarily the main hero and heroine, actor and actress, just to get a glimpse, some moment. They spend a lot of money. That's only stories in movies. In reality also, we can hear some of the love stories. But the Krishna is the original hero, and Radharani and Gopi is the original heroines. The loving exchange between them, even the great sages, the relish, even Narada Muni, Vyasa, and Kumaras, they all relish. Even renunciates relish these pastimes. So Krishna is the original hero of all living entity. We can understand. That's a purpose. No one can excel, that loving exchange between. Then Father Prabhupada, it is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. So in continuation, that pastimes of rasa dance, when gopis started looking for Krishna, where is our life and soul? They're so desperate. In the middle of the night, there's no proper light. They're literally looking for Krishna everywhere in anxiety. It's like one lost one's most dearest object. Only one can feel if one has gone through such kind of experiences, desperate situations. So they're looking for everyone. They find footsteps of Krishna, and then they find the footsteps of another person, which is the considered Srimati Radharani. Then after some time, they found that even Srimati Radharani's footsteps was gone, and they started tracing it down. Where is it? They finally find Srimati Radharani. So Radharani speaks all the story incident, how, Krishna, to we came and everything, and Krishna left me also because I become proud. Then all of them, gopis and Radharani, together look for Krishna all over, and finally at the shore of the Yamuna, they started madly singing and glorifying in remembrance of Krishna, all his wonderful activities. In all these wonderful activities. So in 10th canto, we can see, finally Lord Krishna came. When Lord Krishna came, all the devotees were very much, let me share this to everybody here, it will be useful. So he said that, their anxiety, why you left us, Krishna? Why you left us, Krishna? So Krishna says, so he says that, my dear girls, understanding that simply for my sake, no, it is, let me share this one first. He says that why Krishna does not reciprocate with his devotees, even though we are worshipping every day, we are doing prayers, we are offering food, so much. Then why does Krishna does not come in front of us, reciprocate with us immediately? She said, the reason I do not immediately reciprocate the affection of living beings, even when they worship me, O gopis, is that I want to intensify their loving devotion. In other demigods worships, we can find maybe that demigods can be very pleased, very quickly reciprocate. But Krishna, he does not reciprocate. He basically intensifies the devotees' affection for him. Krishna said that's not enough. They then become like a poor man who has gained with some wealth and then lost it. A poor man knows the value of wealth, and they find something, a good treasure, and suddenly they lose it. They become so restless. Where it is, they become mad. So Krishna, in order to enhance, intensify that the love of his devotees, he does not reciprocate immediately. And who thus becomes so anxious about it that it can think nothing else. So now question is, who wants this madness for Krishna? Generally, these kind of manifestations, the devotees do not reveal. They do not reveal. They keep it inside. It's not manifested. I remember there's an incident stated about His Holiness Gaur Gobind Swami Maharaj while he was in Mayapur. He was constantly manifesting these ecstatic symptoms, and devotees failed to understand. Because ecstasies are very different. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he manifested, and all the pandas, they were mad on him. It's only Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya who could understand this science. He studied, examined very carefully. He understood this is not ordinary position. For worldly people, the pure love of Godhead, manifestation of all this ecstasy is like a madness. It's like a madness. So we can see all the gopis manifested. It's a madness for the worldly people. So now Krishna says, my dear girls, understanding that simply for my sake you rejected the authority of worldly opinion, of the Vedas, of your relatives, because gopis gave up everything. I acted as I did only to increase your attachment for me. Even when I removed myself from your sight by suddenly disappearing, I never stopped loving you. So it means that Krishna was, even though unmanifested from this association of gopis, but Krishna was there, Krishna was loving. And therefore, my beloved gopis, please do not harbor any bad feelings towards me, your beloved. I always loved you and I will love you. But I'm not able to repay my debts to your spotless service. Even within a lifetime of Brahma. So Krishna is now really stressing, how much he appreciated the gopis' love. How much he appreciated the gopis' love is unparalleled. He says that I cannot repay. Ye yatamam prapadante tam stadavai. Krishna is a Lord, and whoever does anything to me, I will give them. I will reciprocate them equally or more than that. Just like what is his name? Sudama. Okay, Sudama gave me this cheap price. I'll give him all the 3 worlds, like that. So he want to reciprocate with everybody because the Supreme Lord has the ability to do it. But here, in front of the gopis' love for him, he says, I failed to do this. Even within the lifetime of Brahma, your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties, which are difficult to break. We can renounce so many things in gross level and subtle level. And gopis not only renounced everything, the gross level and subtle level also, their reputation and their name, fame, everything they gave. So Krishna says, whatever you have done is not possible for me. Whatever you have done is not possible for me to do it. So this is the greatness of the devotees. That's why Krishna feels he can never leave Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityajya napadam ekam gacchati. Because, it's due to love of his residents of Braja. He never leaves even one step, only unmanifest. He intensifies the love of his devotees. So thus, even though he is not visible at present, he's not visible at present to the materialistic eyes, but he's not away from Vrindavan for a moment. That's what Prabhupada says. He's not away from Vrindavan for a moment. For non-devotees, Krishna dies. Krishna dies. But for few devotees, he's always seen within their hearts. Premanjana Chaita Bhakti Vilochana. When our eyes are anointed with the love for Krishna, one lives with Krishna all the time. Bilamangala Thakur's incident, I think Krishna Karnamrita. Yeah, he said that when Krishna left his hand, because Krishna was assisting Bilamangala Thakur lost his eyes. He gave up his eyes, actually, not lost. He gave up his eyes and he became completely dependent on Krishna. And Krishna was helping him, guiding to Vrindavan. No one else was there. So Bilamangala realized, oh, it's Krishna. So Krishna escaped from the Bilamangala's hand. He escaped. So Bilamangala Thakur says, oh, you can escape, you can disappear from my hands and sides, but remember, I have bound you in my heart. So basically, it is a understanding between the devotees and the Lord. It's not very easy. It's not very easy. He is completely captured in the hearts of his devotees. Krishna is naturally the object of love for all living entities in pure state. He is naturally object of love for all entities in pure state. So here, apparently, he looks like even though he left Uddhava, by remembering him, he is with Krishna. He's in ecstasy. He's in tears. He's remembering all these wonderful pastimes. Especially remembers this pastime as Krishna's reciprocation with the gopis. And in the previous verses is that how unfortunate the Yadus we were. We accepted Krishna as all pervasive, as Vasudeva, we understood, but we could not understand this wonderful personality, Krishna Braja. And Krishna is in his heart, in the Uddhava's heart, and Uddhava could manifest all these symptoms in separation from Krishna. As Krishna says, I delve in the heart of my devotees all the time, and my devotees dwell always in my heart, and there is nothing else to know. This is the wonderful pastimes. Now, with considering the beautiful statement I found, I want to share with you. Hopefully, it will help. Let me share that here. really eye-opening for me. Devotees, when genuine pure devotees, when they are sad, and when you see dukkha, many times devotees will dukkha. You may have seen Krishna's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pictures also, like there'll be tears will come. Harinama Chintamani. You'll see the Krishna, Lord Chaitanya has tears in his eyes, and devotees has tears in their eyes, and all these things. But now also many times if you find devotees in dukkha. So here is a very beautiful statement from Bhagavatam. Yata dekha Vaishnavera vyavahara dukha nishchaya janiya sehi paramananda sukha. So what he's saying, whenever one sees a Vaishnava acting unhappy, when Vaishnava is unhappy, right? Vaishnava is unhappy externally, we can see it. As Narottam Das Thakur says, Krupa bala kana kara ami bada dukhi, right? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu daya kara mare tama bina ke dayalu jagata samsare. In that you will find Kripa balo kon kara ami bada dukhi. Please do something. I'm so unhappy. I'm suffering. Just gopis were suffering. So here is Bhagavatam we find Yata deka Vaishnavara Vyavahara Dukha Nishchaya Janiya Sehi Paramananda Sukha. It's a wonderful lesson I learned. Whenever one sees a Vaishnava acting unhappy, one should know it for sure that he's actually experiencing the highest spiritual bliss. But we have to be very careful to judge this and come to this conclusion. I can share this reference for this if needed, but it's in Bhagavatam and 10th canto itself. So whenever gopis were feeling so much of separation pain, so according to this, they were in highest spiritual bliss. High spiritual bliss. And later, as in this separation, what did they do? At the pastimes of Krishna spontaneously arose in the minds of the gopis. They sang their song, which relieves the agony of those suffering from the burning pain of separation from Krishna, and which bestows supreme auspiciousness. So that pastimes of Krishna, when they sing and remember, that actually relieves them from the agony of separation. That's why when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also in ecstasy, was in fainting, in separation, all the devotees used to come and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, these are some of the points I would like to share. I thought of. Please forgive me if I went in different directions. I tried to attempted actually to put a little bit. Of course, there's theoretical expression, and the practical demonstration by the gopis is very, very difficult for and conditioned souls to understand. But only one thing I appreciate is how fortunate we are living in this age of Kali, and during time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended and gave this highest prema, loving manifestation of love for Krishna, which nowhere else is found. And don't be surprised others will condemn, criticize, and all these things. We should in our heart, we should cherish that moment that, yes, I'm so fortunate I was able to be in this moment and serve the Vaishnavas in a humble way. Hare Krishna. I'll take pause and stop it here. I'll look for corrections, please. Today, Dhanachari Prabhu, please. Mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. He said Krishna never leaves the border of Vrindavan. He's always there. What I understood is that Krishna always in his Vasudev form. Can you please explain a little bit? Goes to Mathura, goes to Dwarka, goes to different places, never leave Vrindavan.
Yeah. Well, you already mentioned that Vasudev and Vasudev. Vasudev is, the name Vasudev itself says that all pervasive, because in the previous prayer, Uddhava remembered, the residents of Dwarka, they understood Krishna as a Vasudev. They used to call him Vasudev. Because Vasudev means that absolute personality who is present everywhere, omnipresent. So his vistar, his expansion of Krishna, his expansion of the Chaturvyuha also, Lord Krishna's expansion. But as a Krishna, as a Rasaraja who relishes with his intimate devotees in the Braja Bhava, he stays with devotees, his own devotees who wants to have loving exchanges in that way. So that way Krishna never, as Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Krishna, that in one sense, it's achintya. Krishna is everything of Krishna is very achintya. It is said that one must accept the Krishna's achintya nature. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand Krishna consciousness, tattva. Yeah, Krishna is same Krishna. There is no difference between Vasudeva Krishna and Vrindavan Krishna. Is the same Krishna, but that Lord who opens up, manifest, these rasas with his intimate devotees as Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Lila Madhuri. That is, he manifests only in Braja. Because Brajavasis relish that kind of relationship with Krishna. So all the Vishnu, Krishna simultaneously one, at the same time, they are different also. Make sense?
And has devotees Gaudiya Sampradaya, are we supposed to meditate on Krishna in Vrindavan or Krishna, like Vasudev form, like
how we meditate? Huh?
yeah.
We follow the footsteps of the acharyas. Even though theoretical knowledge is given, we cannot speculate. Whole Bhagavatam, and the process is very gradual development. For us, there is none different. For us, we are sadhakas. As we gradually develop, we will understand our swarupa will manifest. Our swarupa will manifest. What is my rasa? Many times, in material world, we always try to compare. Oh, this place is better or that place is better because of our conditioning. What service is better? Becoming president is better or becoming a washer, cleaner is better. We compare in the material world, isn't it? Or at job also. So in conditioned life, because of our conditioning, we are trying to apply in the spirituality also. In spirituality, both are absolute. Either you serve as a temple president or you're cleaning the pot or cleaning the floor or serving. It's really completely absolute. That foundational knowledge is very, very essential for a devotee's further development. So I remember this, you also must be very familiar with the Gopi Bhava Club, which was formed in LA. Prabhupada, during Prabhupada's time, all the devotees, Gopi Bhava is the highest form. We will try to gather together and express Gopi Bhava each other. so Prabhupada immediately came, it seems. He said, stop this nonsense. You cannot, for you, there's no difference. For us, we are in anartha nivriti stage. I'm talking about myself. We are in anartha nivriti stage. So for us, as a dasya rasa or conjugal love, there is really no difference because we haven't manifested the pure loving service, unconditional loving service mood at all. Make sense? If I have to go to a PhD, okay, PhD, they teach math, 1 + 1 is 2, that is required, and in my primary school also 1 + 1 is 2. But I have to prepare myself in the primary school in 1 + 1 is 2. And gradually, my Swarupa will manifest. One does not superficially impose, oh, this is better, Gopi Bhava is better, and I can do it for meditation. So for us is reading and hearing is pastimes from the bona fide representatives. Gradually, knowing well that we can appreciate how gopis are there. For us, appreciating their mode is more perfection. We are the followers of the footsteps of the gopis. We are not the gopis. Gopi Bharti Padakamala Das Anudas. Right? We are the followers. We are servants of them. We are not attaining that position. So we appreciate how wonderful gopis, by theoretically or by realization, we appreciate. The appreciation means attaining. That's what I understand. Did I make clear? Not try to take their position, rather try to appreciate that position. Means, whichever the rasa and bhava you have it, you appreciate that out naturally. It means that's what attracts you. So for us, either in Krishna in Mathura or appreciating Lord Krishna's form in Ramachandra in Ayodhya, these all are absolute for us actually. And as we grow, as one gets purified, further advances, one's natural self-inclination will form. But we don't have to artificially jump into, because this is the topmost, I will focus on this. Then we'll become Sahajya. That's what I understand. It's a high subject. Please correct me if I said wrong also. Then we will become Sahajya. And we have to be very careful for that. I remember one devotee asked me a long time back, several years back, about two rasas. One is Dasya and one is Madhurya. So Prabhu, how, what is good and what? I said, for us, either your Dasya or your Madhurya, service is the essence of everything. Either your Dasya or Madhurya. Serve. In Dasya Rasa you serve, in Madhurya Rasa also you serve. So we have to develop that service attitude in a humble, genuine way in our journey. Automatically that will lead us to our perfectional stage. There's one pastime, Rasikananda, and you all know about Rasikananda, Shyamananda and Rasikananda. I think Rasikananda's pastimes. How Rasikananda simply, by following the instruction of spiritual master, every day just used to broom very neat and clean the Lord, the temple, the place. Just very wholeheartedly. Just by brooming, he got the attention of Srimati Radharani, and he got the mercy of Srimati Radharani's blessing. So if I understood correctly, and I hope I explained correctly, that one doesn't have to artificially jump in to meditate on the Krishna's pastime, and one has to gradually purify. Let me remain an humble servant. And that devotee always appreciates all the pastimes of the Lord, not just Krishna's Braja pastime. But one will have their own Swarupa, natural, that will manifest as the purification takes place. Others can share. Dhanachari Prabhu, you want to say something? Golokananda Priya Mataji is okay?
Yes, Prabhu, you nicely explain it. Yeah, that how it's supposed to be, like first we have to, be servant of the servant.
And that is genuine, and that has to be genuine also. And even if you're not genuine, still act. If you're not humble, then act humble. No? We know that. We know that this is our natural tendencies, agreeing, disagreeing will come. But we control our urges. Chaya bego domi, chaya dosa sadi, chaya guna deha dase. Our position is this, we are still working on our anarthas. Chaya bego domi, chaya dosa sadi. Please, free me from all these 6 anarthas. Vacho Vega, Manasa Krodha Vega, Jiva Vega, Madraprastha Vega. These are the anarthas we are still working, isn't it? As long as we say that this prasad is better than this prasad, it means we are still working on the anarthas. Anyway, it's 8:50. And appreciate the devotional service, appreciate the devotee association, in a humble mode. Not aspire for directly, I want to the gopi, topmost position. When you look for topmost position, it means we are really in material consciousness. That's my understanding. Others can correct me. Mother Sita, you want to say, Dhanachari Prabhu? You want to say something? Mahaprema Vasa Prabhu. Everyone, please open it. I'm just taking some names.
It's very well said, Prabhu. I really enjoyed hearing you speak on this topic today. It's very nicely. The reinforcement that comes from hearing this, because spiritual life is a lot different than material life.
Yeah.
And the goal is different, but also the practice is different. The mood is different, and it was very nice. I really appreciated how you explained that. Nothing further from my side.
Thank you.
Other devotees may want to chime in now.
Sure. One incident I want to tell, and that, if you all remember, Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he left his house, he gave up everything after he had learned that Krishna has left this world. So if you read his description, how Yudhishthira Maharaj literally, walked as a madman on the streets everywhere, in disguise, and walk like a madman for spiritual realization. So we I say, oh my God, if that's what happens when becomes mad after Krishna. So we want Krishna's prema, but we still want the false identification of this name, fame, and designations of this material world. I want Krishna's highest love, but still I want respectful. I should be looking good and this and that, all these false designations. So as Dhanachari was, spiritual life is different, and we cannot practice whimsically. Rather, we practice under the guidance, supervision of the devotees, for all of us, actually. Okay, please forgive me. It's not my fault. It's the subject matter was Uddhava was speaking about Brajavasis, and there's no qualification to speak, but I attempted to share. Please forgive me for any shortcomings on this. So we'll stop it here. Okay.
Hare
Vancha kalpatarvescha.
Vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
I have one quick announcement, if I could make it. So we're 1 week away now from Rath Yatra. So this is a very exciting time for us here as a community, and we ask that everybody please participate in one way or another. Tomorrow, Saturday, we will be getting ready, organizing and cleaning some of the paraphernalia for Rath Yatra. So if you come to the temple, 9:30 we'll be beginning, and then going till around 1 o'clock. So your help is very much appreciated if you can be there. To all the devotees. Well, I know Krishna Kirtan Prabhu, you're in Krishna village and you have your responsibility there. But anybody that can come out tomorrow, people will be coming out for service. So thank you.
Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.